Welcome back inside our SI.com studios for this week's video mailbag, where we take your questions via email and the Twitter at SI_NBA or at Chris Mannix SI. Question number one, is Tom Thibodeau coaching the Bulls next year? Well, Neil, I think that all depends on how this season ends in Chicago. If the Bulls can get to at least the conference finals, if they look like they've come together on the Thibodeau the rest of the year, then yes, I think Chicago absolutely brings him back. Bad relationships exist in the NBA between coach and front office all the time. It all depends on how much success Chicago has. I can't see the Bulls letting Thibodeau go to another team, another organization, another situation if they're playing basketball at a high level. If it looks like Tom has lost the team a little bit, if they lose in the first round, I think then there's a realistic chance that the two sides part ways and Tibbs is coaching somewhere else. Question number two, are the Clippers pretenders or contenders? Do they have a notch above to kick it into the playoffs? You know, I think the Clippers are still legitimate contenders. They've got plenty of weaknesses out there. They don't have a great bench, their small forward position is suspect, and you still don't know if you can rely on Blake Griffin to be a playoff performer. He had a good year in the postseason last year, but the jury is still out on this guy until he gets this team to a conference finals or beyond. But the Clippers still have some opportunities to improve, and I think what LA is looking at right now is that buyout market. They're hoping that a guy like Tayshaun Prince springs free, maybe Amari Stoudemire, maybe Kevin Garnett. They don't have the assets to make a deal before the trade deadline, but when you get to that buyout market, when you get to the time before March 1st, when veterans are bought out of their contracts, I think the Clippers can be major players in that and give themselves the upgrade they need to morph into true championship contenders. Question number three, if you were a GM, how bad would your Ricky Rubio contract be? Well, my affinity for Ricky Rubio speaks for itself. I am the charter member of his fan club. I think he still has all-star potential. He has just been ravaged by injuries this year. But let's point out, with stats here, that the Timberwolves are demonstrably better when Rubio is in the lineup. They've got 10 wins on the season. They're 4-4, though, in games that Rubio has played in. That speaks for itself. And I think if he can stay healthy, and that's been a major issue for him over the last few years, this guy can still develop into a cornerstone player that when you pair with Andrew Wiggins, when you pair with another top draft pick next year, they can be the foundation for a Timberwolves team that can become a contender for the first time since Kevin Garnett was traded away. Question number four, so what's your best guess on who'll be the next Magic head coach? That's a great question because I'm not sure the Magic right now are entirely sure who the next head coach is going to be. From what I've been told, they're in the early stages of the research process. They're looking at a whole wide range of candidates from top assistants to experienced coaches. But I'll throw a name out there at you. And we mentioned this guy before, Tom Thibodeau. Now, if there is a separation between Thibodeau and the Bulls in Chicago, then I think he would become an immediate top candidate to be the head coach in Orlando. And if you're a Magic fan, the opportunity to get Thibodeau, one of the best teachers in basketball, someone that can take a young core and instill discipline and instill a real foundation within that group, that would be a home run. My question, though, is if Tom becomes a free agent, will he want to go to an organization that gives him personnel power? That won't happen in Orlando with Rob Hennigan still in place. But if they can get Thibodeau to just be the head coach, that would be a slam dunk candidate for the Magic. Question number five, who is the wild card to get traded by the deadline? I'm going bold, D. Wade. There's no chance Dwyane Wade gets traded before the deadline. I'm sorry. He is a foundation guy in Miami, just signed a new deal. The Heat are going to build around him for the next couple of years, and maybe down the line, at the end of his contract, if there's a situation where the Heat are going nowhere and Dwyane wants to be traded, maybe then they explore it. But the one big name I think is out there at the trade deadline is Brooklyn's Brook Lopez. And it feels like we talk about him every week, but he is the target of a lot of teams that are out there looking to upgrade the center position. He's been pretty good over the last couple of weeks for Brooklyn, but there are going to be teams coming at him before the deadline. Keep a strong eye on the Denver Nuggets. The Nuggets are trying to reinvent themselves under Brian Shaw and GM Tim Connelly as more of a half-court based team. They don't have the personnel to do that right now, but Lopez, because of his ability to play through the low post and shoot jump shots from the outside, would seem to be a pretty good fit in a system that emphasizes half-court basketball. So Lopez is the guy I would watch before the February trade deadline. That's it for the mailbag this week. If you have questions, hit us up on Twitter using the hashtag Mannix Mailbag.